my video on questions and answers for twin souls of the younger generation coming in. I am Janet K. Darling, co-author of The Timeless Love of Twin Souls. I have with me here now Leann Dalimonte to ask questions. She has been with my grandson David for over 11 years. When I first met Leann, I felt an instant soul recognition and a connection right away. We have been together in other lifetimes, and in every manner and every way, Leann is my true soul granddaughter. No doubt about it. So welcome, Leann, for joining in today and asking your questions that will likely be the ones other people your age will want to know, and other ages too.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, my twin soul, my husband, who is on the other side, has brought in answers to these questions. We work together on these videos. Know that twin soul love is timeless, and no matter how many miles or dimensions you seem to be separated, you are still connected at your soul levels. And no thing, meaning nothing, can ever change that. Twin soul love is eternal. So please, Leann, let's have your first question.
Thank you for having me, Grandma Janet. I was wondering, how do young people my age who are starting to ascend trust their intuition or know how to find their twin soul?
Apart from twin souls, people find their intuition, and when going toward their ascension, see all things as God in action. And remember, circumstances don't matter. Reactions matter. Meaning, how you react to circumstances is the energy you put out in your life. And you have to be ready for your twin soul. And some who find their twin soul aren't ready for them. Love each other more, even when you don't understand your differences. Intuition is not in the head, but in the heart. You have to separate the mind from the heart. Take out reasoning. Do what feels right. Get away from society's beliefs. Meditate. Follow your inner voice. Even starting out with little things like in traffic, like turning left or right. Learn to break the traditions. Even calling a person for no reason could lead you to finding your twin soul. You both could end up at the same place. Always follow what you feel and do it. Sometimes it could be on the internet that they find their twin souls on. There are many ways that could lead you to your twin soul. And there could be, for some reason, soon after meeting, that they'll be separated. But they get back together. It is the magnetic pole. Just stay tuned in and follow your heart. Keep listening to your inner voice and don't get distracted by the buzzings going on in your mind or the goings on by the mindset of society and the people you are around. Learn to trust what you feel, not what you think is the key. Learn by starting with the little things, and it builds your ability that can bring you to trust your feelings. And that leads you to your twin soul. And know if it feels right, it is right. And trust that. And that's the whole thing in a nutshell. Just feel it and trust it. That's the biggest thing you can do. Feel it and trust it.
So try to separate the mind and the heart and just go with your first feeling and your true thoughts.
That's right. Questioning it just is not right. It's got to be from the heart.
So,
your next question.
So once you find your twin soul, what does it mean for your growth together, personally, on your own, and for those around you? How do you...
Well, once you find your own growth, you and your twin soul are the same, but still you are very different. Like I taught Ron how to be lighter, and he kept me grounded, and that was hard for him. Keeping him lighter was hard for me too. When the relation gets into trouble is when one is ready for something and the other one isn't. And then culture can make a great difference on you. And what is on your mind? Respect, or are you thin-skinned? Each grow and teach each other. There is always a reason for twin souls to be together. twin soul vibrations raises and goes out for 30 miles. Just think of it. The vibrations of twin souls goes out 30 miles. And it brings in a high, happy vibration. Even if you don't know what is going on, you don't know what's going on, they still get the vibrations. And I still relax when Ron comes around. It still works, even though he is on the other side. He can still touch me, and the vibrations are still there. When twin souls communicate over the internet, they aren't touching, but there still is good consciousness.
So I can see how that works with you and Grandpa Ron because of your close connection, but how do you nurture a twin soul relationship, especially if you're not with them yet, especially for someone my age who's trying to look for them if they already hadn't found them?
Sit down where you are not disturbed. You could be out in the woods, in a parked car, a beach, or any secluded place you feel comfortable. Talk to them, and with your emotions strong, imagine your twin soul sitting right there with you. Tell them what is going on, and then pause and think. What would the best person in the whole world say to you? And on some level, they will hear you. It may even take a year or longer. It may be by thinking of the perfect person. That person could be bringing in soul memories from a past life. If they are on the other side, they will come to you. You are not crazy knowing what you're knowing and feeling what you are feeling. Sometimes when your twin soul didn't come into incarnating this time around to be with you, they will bring in a great soulmate for you. This blew my mind when I first heard that, but it's true.
Well, you can have multiple soulmates, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they could not come in with you this time, so they want you to be loved, and they want you to be cared for here on earth, so they bring you the soulmate. And they don't feel jealous of others. They feel no contest. They just want you to be loved and cared for here on earth. And I think that's a beautiful, nurturing thing from them to you. And to me, that's so touching. I can't fathom it, but it's true. They do
That is. That kind of builds on my next question, too. So I know we've talked about before, sometimes twin soul relationships are not always a romantic relationship. They could be a family member, a friend, depends on the relationship. So if that's the case, how do you know in your heart chakra, that is your true twin soul?
Well, you still love that person, but it's not like a romantic love. It's like a brother or a sister or a best friend, and you will feel it. You can't describe it, but you will feel it. There it is again, feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You just feel it. You can't be explained, or you can't be described. You just feel it, and that's what you trust.
You just know. Your intuition, you just feel it. Okay.
It is easier when it isn't a romantic relationship. You don't have to bother with the romantic part of it. We all show love in different ways. When we are working really hard and we have to be there for our twin soul and all that goes into keeping a romance alive with the kissing and the hugging and all of the affection, that can be very taxing. And we learn from our unromantic twin soul relationships too, like from an outspoken sister or whatever the relationship is. It's all there for our growth. Brother, sister, whatever.
Okay.
I hope some of these things have helped you. I mean, has it helped you?
I think so, and I think it's really good for people my age, or just anyone who's starting out on their path and are interested in anything metaphysical, spiritual, connectivity throughout the world. I think it's great to just get a foundation and to know how to navigate from there.
You are the young adults that will create the creation of a great future for our planet. And the more twin souls that come together will help bring a more loving aspect that helps us all along. And twin souls coming together is an act of God. Remember, we are a duality, and we feed the physical every day. We also should feed the intuitive and spiritual part of us every day. And in every way, feed your spirit in some way. And maybe once in a while, take a mini fast and clear out your system. We overfeed our system. Just open it up and be an open vessel for spirit to come in. Also, know that you, the young generation coming in, most of you are old souls, and you are bringing in the knowledge of the ancients along with your awareness. You have an advanced awareness, but you still have old energy because you've been here so many times. You are old souls.
And you hear that all the time. People say, that's an old soul. Well,
yeah, well, you could be as old as I am. Ha ha. The old energy is dying out slowly, and it's kicking all the way. But you are the new thought bringing in, and you're bringing in the new beginning for the planet. Think of the cultures where you could find your twin soul and be obligated to a planned marriage. Can you imagine? It was planned at birth or right soon after you were born, and they had to follow their society and hold to it and stay married to someone and let their twin soul go. Hopefully the new energy and your new thought coming in can change the era of this old way of thinking. So welcome, new generation. The planet needs your new leadership. And smile, be full of joy, radiate out with a heart open for your twin soul. So he can pick up the signal, he or she, and find the open portal in your heart to meld the two souls together in a welcoming home that the both of you have been searching for so long. And here's something I can't relate to strong enough. Listen to the children, and their children yet to come. The beat goes on, and it is all an act of God bringing evolvement in with each new generation. Much love from me to you, Janet. And thank you, Leann.
Thank you for having me.